Today, I'm going to give you some better questions. So if you want to grow your business, whatever kind of thing that you're in, whatever work, business, entrepreneurial venture that you are on, if you're wanting to grow that business, if you've been thinking about 2020 as being like, oh man, this year, it's not been the greatest. So if you want to turn that around and you want to do something really different and so much better between now and the end of the year, if you want to double or maybe triple your revenue, my key thing for you today is to ask better questions. And what I see so often is that so many people who are getting their thing off the ground, or they're creating an online program of one kind or another, or they're pivoting like so many people have to do right now between what they used to do in the real world and what they have to do now in the virtual space. So you have to make this pivot, and people make it more complicated than it needs to be. And many, many times they're focused on the wrong things and they're asking the wrong questions. So stick with me today. Get out your seatbelts, strap yourselves in, because we're going to go deep into this, and I'm going to go over so many of the common things that I see people focusing on and the questions that they're asking that just seem to be not that relevant or that helpful, and what they should be doing and what they should be focusing on instead. So let me just cut the music. And welcome. If you're here and you're showing up just now, we're talking about what are the questions that you could be asking yourself right now to really rapidly grow your business and turn things around between now and the end of the year. And if you're here and you're joining me, go ahead and say hello. Love to see that you're here. I can see your comments down here on my screen. And I've got a bunch of notes on my iPad that's going to tell me what I need to get through today. And this is going to be a relatively quick one. It's Friday afternoon. Everybody wants to get ready for the weekend. At least it's Friday afternoon where I am in Boston. You may be listening to this in the UK, where it's evening time. Or you may be on the West Coast where it's still morning and you're just having your first cup of coffee. If so, welcome. And here we go. So this is the thing that I am seeing so often. People coming my way, and they will, we'll be talking about where they're at in their business, where they are in their work. They'll be telling me their goals and the things that they're thinking of doing. And they'll come back to me with these ideas for what they're focused on right now. They'll say, okay, well, these are the pieces that I'm really thinking about. These are the pieces that I'm struggling with. These are the pieces that I think are hurdles for me to get over. And so it'll be simple stuff, seemingly simple stuff, and sometimes seemingly really complex stuff. And my take on it is that they're really looking at the wrong places, and they're really focusing on things that just don't matter or just aren't going to move the needle that much. And if they only could simplify and redirect their focus, they would get a lot better results. So here's a couple of examples. First one, this is the most common thing I hear from people. People will go, well, look, I'm working on my website and I have to get my website done before I can do anything else. And the question they'll ask will be something like, well, what theme do you think I should look, or what theme do you think I should use for my website? And my response to that is, it doesn't matter. Like, your website isn't going to do for you what you think it's going to do. You can run your whole business with either a really crummy website or no website at all. Honestly, like so many successful entrepreneurs, people who are doing really well right now, yeah, they have a website, but it's crummy, it's terrible, and it's not where people go. It's not really where people get hooked up to start working for those guys. So instead of focusing on your website, instead of thinking that you have to invest, thousands of dollars in a web designer to get sort of the best looking website ever and work on your logo and the design and all that kind of stuff, at this moment in time, this is not and should not be your main focus. You can come up with an offer, something that you're looking at doing, and you can put it on a landing page and make that offer and get people to come and buy it from you. You don't even have to do that. You can get on Facebook and do a live video right now, and you can make an offer to people and tell them to send you a direct message. That's it. You don't need a website to do that. And this is really, really simple. It's really easy. So if you're out there, I'd really like to see sort of where you're tuning in from. And if you've just joined me, it's today we're talking about how to ask yourself better questions to refocus and grow your business at a more rapid rate. So one of the tools that I use that solves the website dilemma is a service, an email service called Convertkit. And why I really like Convertkit is, number one, if you have a small list or hardly any list at all, you can start working with Convertkit for free. It's completely free. And secondly, they include landing pages. Like, they have these really beautiful landing page templates that you can use. That's just part of their service. So for free, you can get a Convertkit account and you can start creating your own landing page, which is where you want to direct people to whatever thing you're doing. So whether it's a paid masterclass or some small item that you want to, like a webinar that you're doing, or maybe you're doing a series, or you're doing an online program, or whatever it is that you want to be offering, whatever it is that you want to do, you can create a landing page for it. It's free, it's easy, the templates are beautiful, they're very easy to create. Anyone can do this. You can put one up literally in minutes. You don't have to spend a lot of time, you don't have to spend any money, and it's quick. You could do this today. You could do this as soon as this live video is over. You could spend the rest of the afternoon creating a landing page on Convertkit, and boom, you're ready. You're ready to rock and roll in terms of make a live video, go out there, talk to people, and start saying, hey, I've got this thing. It's right over here. If you're interested, if this is the thing that you think it's a good fit for you, then come and get it. And you can start doing this right away. One of the other things, because I do video and I'm showing people how to do video, and people are thinking about doing video and they're wondering about it, one of the most common questions is they'll say, well, what should I be wearing? What should I wear in my video? And my short answer to that question is, it doesn't matter. What you wear doesn't really matter. Like, sure, wear something that looks like you. Like, wear something like you would when you show up for any gathering, for any group of people. You don't have to get super dressed up. If you're a woman, honestly, you really don't have to get your hair done, although most of the women that I know do go to that effort. But it's not a requirement, and I encourage you to show up as you are. People like the real you. But honestly, this is not the most important thing for you to be focusing on. Just pick up your phone, go to whatever your social media platform of choice, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, hit the record button and start talking. Start showing up for people. Start doing this right now. If you started showing up later today, made a quick video that was actually helpful for someone who you know that you can help, and you had an offer that was sitting over on that Convertkit landing page that you threw up in the next half hour, then by the end of the day, you might have somebody knocking on your door saying, hey, look, I want this. I want this. And you could do that today. And of course, you can do it again tomorrow. And of course, you can do it again after tomorrow, day after day. So let's see. I'm just checking here to make sure that everything is going right. Looking for comments if you're here, and if anything I'm saying is resonating with you right now, if it's resonating, then in the comments down below, do hashtag, type a little hashtag with aha. Get a little aha going. So hashtag aha, AHA, and then write in what your little light bulb of insight was. Share your insight in the comments. I'd love to see, like, it's really helpful for me when I'm talking with you guys, if I get a little bit of feedback and people are going, oh, yes, that thing right there, that's the thing that resonated with me. That's the one thing that I know that is going to be helpful for me going forward. And of course, if you've got any questions, put those in the comments too. So another very common thing that I have people coming to me with is a question like, I just spent the last 6 months creating a program, like this online course that I want to teach. How do I sell it? And my response to that is like, well, actually, you should sell your program before you create it. Okay, did you get that? Sell your program before you create it. And, you know, this is the thing. You need to validate your ideas. If you have something that you think is going to be good for people, well, great. Tell people that you're going to do it. Ask them to sign up. And if they sign up for your idea, then you can deliver it. And of course, the easiest way to create and deliver an online course is to do it live and to create live videos to your students so let's say I'm going to create an 8-week coaching program, which I am. I'm creating an 8-week coaching program. It's called Big Reach Video. And it's all about how to turn your social media marketing and especially your video marketing into a live show so that you're elevating your brand, you're elevating your status, you're rapidly growing your audience, you're really engaging people, you're interviewing other interesting people who could be referral partners or they could be your ideal clients in the future. All of this together, how do you do that? How do you turn your social media content and your marketing content into an actual show and get a big reach? So I'm doing that. Well, the first iteration of this program is going to be delivered as a series over 8 weeks of live videos. So I'm going to get on and I'm going to teach to the students who are in that program live. And it'll be in real time. And in that process, it's going to be more of a co-creation. And this is what you can do. You can co-create the first iteration, the 1.0 iteration of whatever program or coaching program or training that you're creating that you want to deliver. You can do it in this way. And actually, when you do it this way, it's going to be better than if you'd done it off by yourself. And of course, after you do it once, then the next time that you offer it, you can tweak it and you can make it better and you can change it and you can deliver it again in a better way, in a way that is informed by that first delivery. And then of course you do this iteration and improvement over time until you get this really great, legendary program that's so good that the people who are taking it start raving about it and they start sharing about it and they start bringing their friends. And when you get to that place, you're done. So there's my suggestion there. And then the last thing that I see people doing that I feel like is kind of looking in the wrong place or focusing on the wrong thing is they start asking the question like, well, who am I? Who am I to be doing this? And this is basically the imposter syndrome. It's like, okay, I don't think that I know enough or I'm expert enough or I have enough to offer. And all I can say about this is that, first of all, this is universal. Like almost every single person, even the most successful people that you know, they have this same feeling, this imposter feeling. They feel like, oh my gosh, if people knew, if they knew what I knew about myself, they would think that I'm an imposter, and it freaks them out. And they're living in fear of being discovered, of like, oh my gosh, they're going to discover that, I'm a complete fraud. And here's the truth. The truth is you have something valuable, you really do, to offer some people out there who actually are looking for somebody who isn't just like you. Like, you are exactly the right person to help somebody out there with the thing that you are here to help them with. Like, your whole business, your whole creation, your whole reason for being. There are people out there who need you. So just start doing it. The easiest way to do it, pick up your phone, do a live video, just start helping someone. Just start helping people right away. Start doing it now. And of course, you don't have to be the expert. You can be more of a curator. You can be more of an investigative journalist. You can be more of, an Indiana Jones character where you go out and you're exploring and you're discovering stuff and you're bringing back treasures and you're sharing those treasures with your audience. You can go out and try and learn something that you've never learned before. And then whatever it is that you learn, whether it was a success or whether it was a failure, you can bring that back and share that with your audience. So do your best to not focus on this whole feeling of being an imposter and just start showing up. People will really appreciate it. All right, so if these are the wrong things to be focused on, what are some right questions that you could ask yourself that would help you move the needle, particularly over the next 30, 60, 90 days, between now and the end of the year? And so the first thing is just simply, what's one thing that you could do starting right now that actually would generate a sale? What's one thing? So spend a little time brainstorming and come up with a list, come up with a short list of, here's some things that I could do this week, like right now, without no delay. I don't have to work on my website. I don't have to figure out my new clothing style to get on camera. Just one thing that I could start doing directly that would generate a sale in my business. What's that thing? And make that list. And then after you make the list, go back and look at it and pick the one thing on that list that seems like the easiest and most direct path. What's the one thing? Just one. And then the last part of this is start working on it. Like, put it to work. Like, okay, I'm going to pick this one thing and now I'm going to work on it. I'm going to make it happen. So that's the first question. The second question, and this is the last question, because people like to overcomplicate things. They go, okay, I'm going to do this thing, and then they come up with, like, oh my gosh, and I got to do these all other things to make this thing happen. So I want you to be focused on, how can you keep this as simple as possible? So if that's the goal, ask yourself the question, what would this look like if this was super easy? All right? I'm going to say that again. What would it look like if it was easy? And ask that question. Like, you can ask this question repeatedly during the day, every morning when you get up. Ask, what would this look like if it was easy? What would my work look like if it was easy? What would my life look like if it was easy? And let your brain go to work on that question. And the cool part in terms of brain science is that your brain will go to work on a question like this. And as you go about your day, you'll have these, insights, these little bit of intuition of like, oh, this is what it would look like. Oh, here's an idea. Here's something, and that will start happening to you. And you can keep simplifying and moving things out of the way so that you can move forward on this one thing you're going to do to get a sale, and you're going to keep it simple, and it's going to be easy. And I know for a fact that one of the easiest things that you can do right now, starting like immediately, is that you can start doing live video if you're not already doing it. And you can go live and you can give value and you can talk to your ideal clients. You can get your ideal clients watching you, and you can actually prove that you can help them by actually helping them. It's so amazing. And of course, then you can invite them to your offer. And maybe your offer is as simple as, let's get on a virtual coffee chat, or let's get on a phone call where I can help you map out a plan for doing this thing that we're talking about. You know, getting better health, or growing your business, or doing the one thing, you know, that you really, what you're here to help them solve and help them get over, you know, how to get a better relationship, whatever that is for you, like whatever problem you're solving, you can make an invitation to get people on the phone where you basically help them create a strategy for solving that problem, and seeing if the two of you are a good fit, if you can build rapport together, and if this person would actually like to work with you, if they look like they would be an ideal client. This process can happen very quickly. And of course, if you really want to dive deep on this, then you can think about joining me on my Big Reach video program, which is starting in mid-October, and it's going to go for 8 short weeks. And the main goal is to help everyone in the program get this much larger reach than they've ever had before, to turn their content marketing into a very efficient, easy, streamlined weekly show that elevates your status, that starts generating, you know, double and triple your revenue in your business, and put you on this path to becoming the obvious choice and a significant thought leader in the space and the industry that you're in. So if that's interesting to you, just say in the comments, hey, I want a big reach. And I will get back to you and show you how you can sign up. Probably it will involve getting on the phone with me, and we can talk about what you're doing and help you map out a strategy for doing it more and better and bigger, and seeing if in fact a program like Big Reach Video would be the perfect thing for you to do, like right now. So that's what I had for you today. And I appreciate you all being here. It's Friday. Hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. And stay tuned. Next week, I'm going live every Tuesday and every Friday. Tuesday, Friday. So stay tuned, and I'll be back